behind the bug light switch who watches over you. Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul.
There we go. So we got two choices of drink today. We have V8 pomegranate, Sunny D, specifically the orange and strawberry flavor. Hi, welcome back to the same video as last time, but a year later. I'm starting off this with an overdue apology that I didn't have enough evidence to back my claims, and what I had was wrong at the time, and for that, that is my fault. So again, my bad. Anyways, I got more proof, and whoops, it's even worse than before. So after that intro, welcome back. We're going to be going through Meestar Mavis Discount Tire Store's online presence because he doesn't seem to connect the dots that he needs to, like, and get off the internet and go, like, fondle some grass. Now, who is Meestar Maniacal? Meestar is a 19-year-old American YouTuber coming from good old state New York. He lives with his parents and has no fucking job. Tucker has a lot of time on his hands to groom young girls online while simultaneously putting the blame on the victim with his 101 reasons why it's their fault and not his. He frequently falls into fits of pure rage when he is called out or if he perceives any sort of negative backlash. Meestar's most famous for telling someone he was gonna, quote, drive them to suicide.
Clock strikes 12. Midnight arrives.
Now let's get through some of the rumors that I personally don't believe are real, because some of them I just don't fucking care for because there's no evidence to back it up. Number one, humping his cats. There's no proof that he did. Honestly, I don't believe Tucker would do that. Maybe I'm wrong, but there is no proof that he did that. Number two, calling his sister hot when he was 13. I just don't give a fuck. He talked about it, but I don't care because it's fucking weird. Number three, his fat fetish. I really don't care what gets him going into incognito for about an hour. As long as it's safe, sane, and legal, I just don't give a shit. But unfortunately, I have to give a shit because then there's fucking kids involved. At the time of recording this, Meestar has done many people a favor by deleting his old YouTube posts and uploads. A lot have been archived by the wonderful Midwich Bombman and other amazing people who helped me make this video. But never mind that. This part extends to Meestar himself. So, I'm Meestar. Maybe you'll see this on your own, or maybe one of your dick riders will tell you about this video or send it through Discord. But this isn't like a personal attack. This is just me compiling shit that has happened throughout the entire, 8-year saga of this shit going on from 2019, I think? I can't count, okay? So, and I'll be honest, I think thus far you've drifted away from being a racist and a transphobe, which, kudos on that, addressing it. Moving on. And kudos for coming out as he, she. That's a pretty big thing. However, this doesn't fucking negate any of the grooming allegations. I'd be hard-pressed in calling you a pedophile, but thanks to your Blue Sky account, I can safely say that 11 months ago, you were still looking at fucking Lolly. Dude. And yeah, maybe this is all rehashed shit and doesn't need to be brought up again. But at the same time, if you want to act like a big YouTuber, you're gonna be treated like one. They get outed for all their terrible shit, like when Cody Code did the shit with Tana Mongeau. And that was years ago. Doesn't matter. And I have a lot of old screenshots. Some of them are kind of new, some of them are pretty old. But I mean, I don't have as much experience as your therapist, clearly. But I am 3 years deep in my forensic pathology major with a passing interest in forensic psychology. So maybe I can connect some dots a little bit better than you can, bud. Because clearly you can't see the fucking right from wrong unless it's a big-ass YouTuber threatening to make a video about you. And I never said you were a danger to society. If you truly think that, then maybe you need to sit down with your therapist and start brainstorming some healthy ways to help regulate your delusions. Maybe we can be Zyprexa twins if she gets the script ordered. It's expensive. I think it's like $4 if your insurance doesn't fully cover it. But hey, who knows? So. And as Toastify said, maybe you should get away from the internet. Just because you got accused on the internet doesn't mean your life is over. Which basically means just go outside and live your life. Get a job. And stop fucking saying that people think you're worse than Hitler or Stalin or Epstein. No one has ever fucking said that in their life. And if they have, then they're fucking dumb. And you're fucking dumb too for believing it. A side note to Gio, since he also wanted to run his mouth. Yeah, I'm on Amino. Yes, I'm a creator. Does that mean anything? No. Because you're also part of that Amino and fucking Discord server. I don't know and I don't care what the other leaders and creators have defended because I'm not them. I'm my own independent fucking person doing my shit on Amino. Personally, I'm defending people who are being groomed on Amino because it's a fucking rampant problem that happens in like every Amino I go into, that there's young kids getting groomed by people like Tucker online. And I'm not gonna fucking talk to you or debate you because I'd rather not listen to his fucking friend take the moral high ground because you're fucking irrelevant in this situation. The only time you're like in the situation is when you're butting your fucking head in something that you shouldn't be, because then you're gonna just turn this attention onto you, which you don't want. And also, Meestar can fucking defend himself. He's an unemployed 20-year-old man. I think he doesn't need his militia of Redditors to take care of him. Whoa. Also, I'm not lying about my tumor, and I never said it was cancer. So, unless you have any factual proof to say that I'm lying, then I'd like to see it, because here's my proof. That was my latest, or one of my latest transcripts.
You're in a situation where you're an F student. Let me tell you something.
A brief overview of my now unlisted video. I knew Meestar back in like high school. I became like a pity friend because he sat by himself, and I felt bad because like if you see a kid sitting by themselves and they're just quiet and shut off, something inside you is gonna be like, come on, man, that fucking sucks. Like, cause I was that kid for a while where I'd sat by myself and I was kind of that creepy little weird kid, but at the same time I wasn't like grooming kids online. So one day I walked into art and saw a letter on my table which read like this. And at the time I was dating my now ex, and I didn't feel like trading Mega Charizard EX to a coked out Mr. Mime. I stopped going to art class because I was uncomfortable after the letter, and the mutual friend, dubbed AS, said that I had a stalker back in middle school, which is true, but that was fucking in middle school. I was more so just uncomfortable because some dude I didn't really know that well was giving me a fucking love letter. Because if he really knew me, he would have spelled my name right, because he clearly can't spell my name right every time he doxes me. He can't. I had Little Caesars garlic cheesy bread a little bit ago, and that was like so good. And then my sister ate it all. And throughout high school, I didn't really associate with him much, but I knew of him and the shit he did because me and my old friend group used to like go through his Twitter, and it would be all his old like transphobic shit, and we'd all just have a good laugh. Like we'd all get on like a Discord call and like dramatic read all his like transphobic posts. So now we get to the part of the video where we get to play a drinking game. This is why I have my little shot glass I got from Myrtle Beach for just like I think like $15 right here. So every time he deflects blame, we're going to take a shot of what the fuck is this? Tequila. This one's empty because I drank that all. And every time he calls himself dumb or stupid, we take 2. Yeah, that's paid. So there's a few people who made videos on Meestar Maniac. Here are some of the few. SpongeGuard, Midwitch, Cringy Mr. M, and CB have all made videos. Some like at varying degrees. I think Cringy Mr. M posted some like slideshow for like 6 years ago where Tucker was being salty about something, but I don't really know, don't really care if it's 6 years ago. That wasn't pertinent to the situation. SpongeGuard uploaded about 3 videos about Meestar, exposing his grooming tendencies and touching on when Meestar ran Wasket Shammy off the internet for some time. Probably the only good thing Meestar did. We'll touch on Wasket later because holy shit, dude. CB made 4 videos on Meestar, the final video being Checkmate, which was like nearly 20-minute long video, where CB calls out and exposes all of Meestar's racist, transphobic, and pedophilic behavior. After which, Meestar went about to make 5 separate Instagram posts about him. Alright, now reading to the most current one and prominent player of the game right now. Midwich Bombman made a long video going through multiple messages where Tucker is freaking the fuck out about Spag and various images from Tucker's Fat Sack, plus screenshots of him grooming children. Not a surprise there.
You are facing.
So Meestar has to be like the craziest crash out I've ever had the mispleasure of meeting, because without a doubt, at least back in his early days when he had like any sort of pushback, he would tweak the fuck out. I remember seeing the live of him watching my video, like my first unlisted video, and he was so fucking pissed.
I fucking hate you. I want you to know that, stupid cunt. I want you to know that. I fucking hate you. I'll always hate you for the rest of my days.
A long time, kinda.
Quit shivering, bro. Go fuck yourself and go die, Lunar. Literally. Like, actually, go fuck yourself and go die. You suck.
Let's compare some crash outs because I collected 3 of them. And then we have Exhibit A, a 20, almost 21-year-old man with Tourette's. He suffers from severe motor and focal tics daily. He got our friend group fucking banned from Arby's because like the local crackhead kept staring at him, and this man went fucking apeshit. Exhibit B, my lovely younger sister who I cherish deeply. She freaked the fuck out on our because he can't seem to want to. And then there's Meestar, who a while ago threatened to drive someone named Spag, aka Chino, to suicide over a Discord call. Or there's his many, many beautiful messages of him fucking being mad. Around November to December of 2024, Meestar was made aware that a large YouTuber named Toastify was going to make a video about him. Meestar contacted Toastify through email regarding the situation so he can give his side or whatever. Later on, Toastify added Meestar and Girl L to a Discord group call in which the 3 talked about it. Toastify told Meestar that he should be making a statement, not a video addressing the allegations. Toastify was way too nice and too lenient the first time. Luckily, he's changed his mind about being lenient after his like nearly 5-hour live stream about a couple of days ago, I think, as of posting this or filming this bit at least. At least he's changed his mind because there's no reason why he should have been lenient in the first place. Meestar then claims as if he felt Toastify blackmailed him, in which he really didn't. In this part for Toastify, no, the NSFW on his DeviantArt wasn't normal fucking NSFW. It was like the TV show, the American TV show, The Loud House. And it wasn't the fucking parents. I think 2 of them were the parents, but the rest were fucking kids.
Can I get a French onion soup, please?
Oh, horny posting. I had to look through so much fucking weird shit. Like, I don't want to look at this anymore. This dude is so boring. I genuinely forgot this man existed for... How long ago was my first video? I think about a year ago. I genuinely forgot he existed. And he thinks I'm obsessed? Boy. Okay. Mr. Maniacal frequently talks about his fat fetish on Twitter and in videos because there's nothing more funny than an overweight man maxing out a storage with inflation art. Sure, there's no problem with like a fetish that doesn't hurt nobody, but at the same time, I'm allowed to nitpick because I want to. Also, Tucker, congrats on obtaining a 20-year-old girlfriend. It only took 8 years and multiple call-out videos to start dating your own age range.
Ask us to disclose our sexual crimes to you.
So all this has been deleted, like all of his videos, his channel's been nuked. Well, unfortunate for him, a lot of people are watching him and a lot of his videos are archived. So Meestar apologizes in his latest 3-month stale apology video for defending Lolicon. His argument back then was like, they're just drawings. It wasn't until like CB's video where he backtracked into realizing, hey, drawn child porn isn't okay. He said he was enlightened that it was disgusting per his words. Then he clarifies that he never jerked off to it, only defended it. Why would you say that? Just fucking stop. I don't know why he has to add like little tidbits that make no fucking sense. Just shut up. My tip of advice to Tucker, just shut your mouth. Don't open it. This is back in 2024, mind you. So about a year ago, he was too dumb to realize at age 18 that drawn CP isn't okay. Waska Shammy Sham is another overweight degenerate, much like Meestar when he was outed for dating a 15-year-old when he was like 17. Or I think he was like 17 and then he turned 18. Meestar and his lover boy Wasket have had an equally long and rocky relationship. Back when Meestar drove Wasket off the internet for a while, he hated him, and then they were besties again, and then after being called out for being a pedo, Meestar didn't like Wasket, but in his video of addressing the allegations, he said Mr. Ruins was trying to ruin Wasket's fucking career, I guess. Like, be fucking smart. Don't pull that, I didn't know any better card. You should have known better, but you're too fucking stupid and too in your own asshole to even, like, conceive the notion of taking accountability. That's a shot. Oh, that's more than a shot. I didn't realize that was out of alcohol. So we're just taking shots of VA energy. I've had to record this multiple times because when I was playing this the first time, I ended up not, like, waking up the next day. Shot count, upgraded to 1. This part is like touching on like what he did in the past, so this part is his racism and his slurs. Between Meestar's blatant internalized hatred, we get to see his peak humor he has. And this also ties in with his anger issues because he has no problem with calling people the hard ER or the F slur when he's upset. In his latest video, he said he hasn't used the N-word since like last year, which is a first right step in the right direction. He used the F slur a lot. It could have been like a typing quirk because it wasn't as often as his blatant usage of the hard ER, but the F slur was there. I was gonna lump this section in with like the slur section, but since Meestar openly admitted to being transphobic before, I figured just to make this a whole new section so we can just talk about it. He said he was transphobic for a while because he just didn't understand how it worked. Now we get in sort of like a touchy subject where in the video Meestar, Mr. Marionette, goes by he/she pronouns, in which good for him for figuring out who she was. He tells a story about how he never felt comfortable talking to his family because they were conservative. And then we get a lore drop where he's living at home with his mommy, who's his primary caretaker, and his daddy issues because his daddy is emotionally distant. Honestly, I would be too if I was a dad in that family. Just saying. He says that due to his repressed gender dysphoria, he thought it was okay to make fun of trans people, in which he deeply apologized for. I haven't seen him do anything egregiously transphobic or racist since then, so I'm not going to annex this part of the video because this is what happened in his past, and this is going over everything. Maybe he's not changing in the ways we want him to, but he's at least changing in some aspects, so I guess that's something. And then we finally get some info regarding a teaser video he called No Holding Back, featuring his self-insert OC in front of a trans flag, in which one of the topics he planned on talking about was his history with transgenderism. And the series was supposed to still happen at some point. He deleted all his videos, we're just never gonna see his beautiful opinions. If Meestar could be the victim in any situation, he will surely try. In each of his videos and in each apology post he makes, there's always an excuse of why he did X, Y, and Z.
Powder down my musket so I may smite another up.
Anti-Semitism, everyone's fucking favorite. Meestar claimed that he was never anti-Semitic and is now addressing the allegation video, but in his live stream he made reacting to my trailer, he admits that he was anti-Semitic. So which one was it, Meestar? Do you hate us or do you see us as fucking people? And also, I never said you are worse than fucking Hitler. Unlike you and your infinite amount of ignorance, I am constantly reminded of how my people are hated. Through dog whistles, through people online, or even my own fucking school, or even at work. And I will never be truly safe when I tell people I'm because the second I do, shit goes down. You are very privileged to be a white man living in your fucking parents' house. You don't care because every time someone calls you out for something, you plead ignorance about everything. You should have at some point learned about both the Holocaust, fucking the slavery, morals, but obviously, Tucker, it's not your fucking fault. I am like foaming at the mouth right now. He is such a boring person to listen to talk. Like addressing the allegations video where he talked like he just woke up and just didn't give a shit. Or his trailer where he goes, can we just knock it out?
Toxic gossip train.
That's good. Oh, that's really good. I haven't had this in like a year. Now we get to talk about his now deleted allegation video. Meestar put out another banger video addressing the allegations and accusations levied his way. In his diabolically long video, he goes over all the crimes he's committed, I guess. He pushes blame on the victims by saying that she confessed her feelings first, as if that fucking matters. Like, you're 15 and she's what, 12? Connect the dots, buddy. There shouldn't be a reason why a 15-year-old should be dating a 12-year-old. I'm sorry. He blames his pedophilic behavior on a YouTuber called WHDude because when he was young, I guess he watched a stream where W said that he had a personal 4-year rule of age distance. Any more than 5 years younger, older or younger, he considered a crime. Okay, it doesn't matter when you're like 20 and over. That doesn't matter. But when you're below the age of 18, that fucking matters because you're an adult in the situation and they're the child. And it does not fucking matter if you're 15. You should have had a cohesive thought in that fucking big ass head of yours that said, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But you didn't care because maybe you thought in your mind that you would never get caught because this is how you act. Tucker gives this grand statement that he didn't realize that laws differ from state to state and country to country. Hey, no matter the law and what the age of consent per state is, I think collectively it should be 18, if not fucking higher, because the human brain does not stop developing until you're in your late to mid 20s. Your prefrontal cortex is the area in your brain which is responsible for like high cognitive functions like impulse control, decision making, attention, focus, emotional regulation, social cognition, planning, and organization. This is a very vital part of your body that needs to fully develop. Hence why there's laws against drinking and smoking until you're 21. But then again, what do I know? Meestar admits that the 3 to 4 year age range bit would come to be part of his fucking morals because he watched that live stream, so obviously that makes that okay, right? He says that he had watched the stream before he met any of the girls, and I could not find this stream, but if anyone can find this stream, I will fucking cash app you like $55. I do not care at this point, because I want to know what WH dude actually literally said, because clearly it was so impactful that youthful Meestar said, that is so profound, that's like fucking Shakespeare. So he blames this dude because he can't form his own thoughts and opinions on situations. He says that he hasn't put full blame on him, but then again, he still is, because he's like, oh yeah, because of WH, dude. And I'm like, Tucker, roughly midway through his talk about Toastify, tells the crowd that even though what I did is considered grooming by certain people, including the victim in Toastify and most of the internet in question, followed up with a screen that read, and I quote, I am not a groomer, I am not a predator, I am not a pedophile, I am not attracted to children, and my personal favorite, right? I am not a ditty blood, end quote. Woo! I can take a break right there. He makes an unfunny comment before apologizing to all the minors he sexually abused, for his words, over the internet. He made a backhanded apology to Girl D by saying that something like along the lines of, even though I didn't really have anything to apologize for. He then runs his mouth about like unimportant topics, and he like talks about when he got accused of humping his cat or something, and then calling his sister hot when he was 13. His sister's older than him, mind you. And then this fat fetish thing, and he talks about his 20-year-old girlfriend. Meestar, word of advice, learn to shut your mouth, because they're people. Sure, people are not going to take legal action, but there might become a time before the statute of limitations is up that people will try to find you and try you for a crime as an adult. With Girl L, by New York state law, you were an adult. She could take you to court. You could go on trial as an adult. And by the way, drawn CP is still CP. You can go to jail for a very long time. I'm not sure if that extends to like drawn CP, but it should extend to drawn CP because it's still fucking children. It doesn't matter if they're real kids or not. It's still fucking gross. Now we're going to stop joking because now we're going to get into the grooming allegations, starting with girl CL/J, and then we're going to go to girl VK, then girl D, and then finally girl L. So I'm sorry if this part gets a little gloomy. Yeah, maybe it'll be a joke once in a while, but I'm not going to make this part overly laughable because this isn't funny. This is young girls getting hurt. And despite what he thinks of being 15, oh, I was just 15, I didn't know any better, is a crock of shit. Like, I texted him on his DM since he decided to add me. And then I added him back because I'm like, you know what? Fucking whatever. And it's a crock of shit. He's a fucking liar. I don't know what else to say, except he's a liar. Alright, let's get into it. In 2019, he online dated an 11-year-old while he was 13 and solicited a nude photo from her. He claims that he never saved them. Regardless if she sent them to him, he still solicited nudes from a minor, and he uses the word reluctantly sent them by the you. So maybe it's a Freudian slip, or maybe I'm reading too far into things, but when you use certain words that have different connotations than they should, people are gonna infer things, and if you want to use big words, start using them correctly, please. I guess his mom found out about it, and she said, never do that again. And then he harps on a point that how he never asked for nudes again. Great. But actually, he goes to explain that he said that the girl sent nudes to her previous ex-boyfriends. This is his own words. I selfishly thought that, hey, since she sent nudes to her previous boyfriends, how about she send some nudes to me? God, that feels disgusting coming out of my mouth. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting because that is an 11-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl. Like, now we are moving on to girl VK. In 2021, he'd online dated a girl named VK who was 12 while he was 15. So he starts off the bat by saying that he actually started dating VK in 2018 to 2019 right after girl CL/J. He admits this is where the "Can I Ride the Choo Choo Train" screenshot comes from. Lovely, isn't it? He then adds that they were both minors. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter, Tucker. And then he later on in 2021, he dated her again when he says she reached out to him. He says that she confessed her feelings first. You are the older party in the situation, which makes you responsible in that instance to turn her down. Because even if it hurts her fucking feelings, it's still the morally right thing to do because you are so much more, like, the mind of a 15-year-old and the mind of a, 12-year-old doesn't fucking compute to you that one's not even a preteen and you're a fucking teenager. He adds that the relationship with VK, Girl D, and CL/J that he didn't know how age gaps work, which is the same thing he uses for every argument. It's always, I didn't know any better. I was dumb, I was stupid, I didn't know, laws are different, people told me different things, as if he doesn't have, like, any morals. But it's fucking WH Dude's fault, it's WH Dude's fault for it. It's like in my eye. So let me dumb this down for people who don't understand, like Tucker. So in simple terms, for us normal people, it dumbs down to like a freshman in high school dating a 7th grader. Though since I don't know VK's birthday, she could have also been in 6th grade, but I'm not going to just outright say the grade because I don't know. Depending on how early or late her birthday is, obviously. And again, he deflects blame off himself by saying he was a minor. You were a fucking teenager. She wasn't even a preteen. She was 12. It's so fucking weird. I have a sister who is like 2.5 to 3 years younger than me. That is so fucking weird. Now we move on to Girl D, the person he fucking didn't apologize to because he can't be asked to do anything. 2021, online dated Girl D when he was 15 and she was 12. After grooming VK, he dated Girl D. He then claims with no proof that both Girl D and Girl CL/J are liars and manipulators. Throughout this video, it's like black screen and then some edgy ass title cards, so cool. Tuck dumb as fuck then says that he can't do basic math, but clearly he can do it well enough that where he can stay within like a 3-year age gap with all these girls. Tucker states that Girl D said that he sent her a dick pic and then he says he sent none of it. And he's... Dude, I'm so fucking annoyed. I genuinely just want to go to bed. What time is it? It is 10:28 at night. I want to go to bed. Like, Discord keeps pinging, Amino pinged, because there's like a contest going on that I have to Right? There's a lot of good art on that Pokemon Amino, like these artists. Insane. Now we get to the last girl that he groomed online. In 2024, he made sexual jokes to a 15-year-old and eventually asked her out while he was 18. He said it was early 2024 and he was born in December. He admits that they first dated when he was 11 and she was 9. Again, she was the one who confessed her feelings in YouTube chat. These ages don't seem to add up, since if he dated her when he was 11 and she was 9, there'd be a 2 years age gap. But if she was 15 and he was 18, that puts them at a 3 year age gap. And then later, he says that they wouldn't get intimate until she was 19 and he'd be fucking 22. Which means YFB was likely a little bit younger, but I'm not gonna say that she was 8 at the time, but she was still fucking young. He then groaned about how they had a rocky history of being friends on and off again because of his fucking fault. Yeah, it's gonna be his fault because he's like an attention whore. And then in early February 2024, they got back into contact. And from February to April, this 18-year-old caught feelings for a minor again. He then made 2 sexual jokes around her, one being a face-sitting joke and then the other being a joke being, "Oh, please mommy, make me beg for it." That's so... Ew, a mommy kink and a fat fetish? Bro, pick a struggle. Oh my god. He nails home that he didn't know her age despite knowing that she was 9 and he was 11 when they dated, so... Woo! And then he tops it off with this fucking Albert Einstein Shakespearean statement. He goes, "I didn't understand that minors could make sexual jokes to adults, but adults can't make sexual jokes back." And then he confessed his feelings for Girl L, or YFB. YFB said back to him that she was having a hard time after healing from an abusive relationship. Meestar says that he had truly good intent when he said, "How about I help you heal?" And he kept saying, "I want to help you. I want to heal you." After YFB told Meestar about her age, he said, "Well, we wouldn't get intimate till 19. Again, called himself an idiot. And then he goes, "Why did I always go after people who were 3 years younger than me?" And then he says, "What the fuck was my mindset at the time?" Clearly, it was stuck on the fucking lolly mode. After a while of pushing, YFB told our Prince Charming that she wanted to be single for a while so she could heal, which is completely valid. After talking to Tucker, I would need time to heal too. A week or so goes by. YFB starts dating someone called Willow. Willow is a trans woman. Tucker did what Tucker does best and freaks the fuck out because how dare this minor date a minor of the same age and not this fucking brilliant young man? How dare she? He then calls himself a dumbass. He questions YFB why she lied to him. Dumbass calls himself dumbass again about being a dumbass and not knowing or acknowledging the age gap. But if he didn't acknowledge the age gap, he can't say that he didn't know her age. So YFB explains that Willow was helping her a lot. Tucker said, "Okay, whatever, but you still lie to me." After the argument, Tucker said they stopped talking for a while, and then she made a video called "My Stance on the Situation." He says that she claimed that I groomed her, and if you were there when it happened, you would know that I made more than 5 videos on the situation stating I was not a groomer or a pedophile or a predator, which, to be clear, I'm none of those 3 things. I fucking beg to differ with all these screenshots in your crowning attributes. I haven't even added to the shot counter. February 16th, 2025. YFB questions Meestar about him possibly talking to a 14-year-old because people were questioning her about it. This time he shows screenshots between YFB and Midwitch and then YFB and Meestar. I keep almost calling him Keemstar. Sammy V said in someone else's stream chat that they were 14 and then didn't want to be seen as a groomer defender because they were defending Meestar. I really don't know who Jonachrome is. I'm not going to talk about him. He's not part of the situation. Sammy V allegedly came to one of his stream chats, like Meestar's stream chats, and when Meestar questioned him about questioning Sammy about being 14 in someone else's strat, Sammy then replied that they wanted to say that they were 14 to see what would happen. Tucker again shows nothing to prove or disprove any of this. Okay, so later he then says that him and YFB became friends. I contacted Girl Owl about this, and she denied that they were ever friends, and posted a video about the allegation video where she breaks down his points and basically explains that it was Stockholm Syndrome. So we're going to talk about his YouTube posts because he schizo posts a lot. In his YouTube posts, he, this part's a little unscripted because a lot of them were deleted and I can only have a few screen grabs of his YouTube posts. He doxed my full fucking name in a unlisted live video, said that Girl L was a liar, said I was a liar, said I was obsessed. Another thing I got access to was the Meestar live where he was reacting to my trailer. I don't have a lot of comments for him reacting to my trailer because it was a whole, a nothing burger. It was a lot of dead air and then him talking about his fucking cat. First off, apologizing for something he claimed he never did was really weird. Either he did or he didn't do it. But thanks to a classmate of ours, she said that he did it back in middle school when CM. She said that when she denied him, he told the whole school she was a lesbian. So do with that as what you will. And while he said in the most pitiful tone, can't we just, I don't know, talk this out or something? Fuck it. I don't want to talk to a fucking alleged pedophile. That's not something I'm willing to do. Sorry. I don't care. Even though you try to DM me and take the moral high ground, Tucker, I don't want to talk to you. Why do you think I didn't say anything other than, I said the first thing because I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to discuss a peace treaty because I don't really care about that. The second one was me confronting him because, if you're saying to a 15-year-old at 18 that they wouldn't get intimate until she was 19, clearly you had some underlying anticipation that you were harboring. So, and the last one was Jesus looking at his phone because this dude needs fucking Jesus. And while I'm thinking about it, Toastify brought up a good point about his totally normal vent art he posted. I'm pretty sure this normal people don't draw themselves stabbing their detractors and making them fucking buttered all over the place.
I just want to make a quick note that I really doubt Meestar understands the gravity of what he's done to people, because even if the grooming was online and it wasn't in person, there are still horrific things that go through people's heads and after the fact. The human psyche isn't built to really it's built to understand things, obviously, but it's not. No child or young person needs to be groomed for someone's sick pleasure. That's why there's laws in place. That's why people are making videos and making posts about this guy, is because It's not okay. It's not alright. It's not morally okay. It's not ethically okay. And by law, it's not okay either. And the fact that there's so much information on this guy tells me so much more that I never knew what I was getting into when I eventually became his friend. Friends is very pushing it, basically.
I'll send in detectives, I'll send in police, I'll send in...
Autism isn't a linear spectrum. No one is more or less autistic. People used to say it was like a linear graph because that's just how it is. And for the record, I got a misdiagnosis because I was being a little dickhead, and what I have is being currently monitored by my specialist team down in Ohio. So go ahead, Meestar. If you want to play Dr. Psychologist, you can figure out why me and everyone else are supposedly lying about our issues when 1 in 31 children in the US has autism, or even this, 1 in 45 adults in the US have autism. It's not like a fucking holographic Mega Charizard EX. It's more like a fucking Weedle card or an energy card you draw from a pack. There's guaranteed to be autism in the world. The old terms were mild, moderate, and profound. And we're steering away from those terms because they're not appropriate and they are very outdated. Same with Asperger's. No one needs to prove their mental disability to anyone. Either you have it or you don't. It's just as simple as that. There's such a diversity with autism in every single mental health issue or mental disability that you can't categorize people saying, oh, they don't have it, but oh, these guys have it because I like these guys, they have this. Or, oh, they're lying because I don't like them. Of course, autism isn't something to be thrown around like willy-nilly. In my personal opinion, you are the person who knows yourself the best. So if you see something, say something. You're your own mandated reporter. If you see it in yourself and you really want to make sure, hey, do I have this? Hey, do I not have this? What can I do to get the support that I need? I highly recommend going to the doctor. Even if you can't afford it, save up and try to get it figured out, because that is the best way you will receive care and help. And there are programs to help adults and teenagers and children who suffer or deal with both mental disabilities and mental disorders, because it's a lonely world. When you start isolating people with certain attributes, then you're getting into some unhealthy mindsets that lead to shit like Willowbrook and Penhurst. Both are asylums. Both had a very high fucking death rate because they were so overcrowded and they were so fucking filthy. I actually got to tour Penhurst Asylum before and also got to study in depth of Willowbrook. I think if you address that internalized denial of others and their disabilities, then maybe you'll start to understand why people are so angry with you when you're constantly like, oh, it's my autism, that's why. And you don't have autism because you're a fucking liar and I don't fucking like you. So Asperger's is an out-of-date term. Meestar uses it and is now scrapped allegation video where he said, oh, I have Asperger's and autism. No, you don't. Because Asperger's is autism. Just recently, we got rid of the mild, moderate, and profound autism labels, and now it's level 1, level 2, and level 3 for supervision and assistance. Technically, that's what I'm using from what I learned for my job. Medical terms get revamped and updated all the time, so maybe it was just a slip of the tongue, but I think he's just fucking lying, because how dare you? Because if you want to say people don't have autism, then fine, that's your prerogative, but when you're saying that, oh, I have this and this, when they're the same fucking thing and one's an out-of-date term, then I'm gonna start questioning you. Now it's time to move on after that dreary bit.
I don't give a fuck shit. Jeffy, if you don't...
Let's make no fucking mistake. Meestar is a massive fucking pussy. Like, in every sense of the word, he is. Whenever there's backlash, he's the first to divert blame and start pointing his cum-stained fingers at everybody else, because they're in the wrong, not him. He has a reason why he does his things, and they don't, because they're liars. He literally got upset with people who would make like call-out posts. Essentially, they would be like, hey, I'm warning you, especially in the plush tour community, because there's a lot of children there. They're like, hey, this dude's fucking weird, just be careful, whatever, hey, da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if I can find the secret screen grabs because the video got taken down again, but yikes. Anyway, he told other people that they were faking their disabilities, yet he's the first to pull the autism card whenever someone points out his fucking behavior. Meestar will also just fucking blatantly, like, make fun of people. Like, we will see in, like, the Roadster situation, however you want to pronounce his fucking name. Meestar is one miserable bitch. He is beyond fucking astronomical levels of miserable. He threatened a victim, his latest victim, mind you, that he still had contact with in this year, I think, of 2025, that he would expose her for X, Y, and Z. There's nothing to fucking expose a minor for, unless she did something crazy, which she didn't. All she did was to vent to him about her issues. That's completely fine. Why the fuck would you just go, I'm gonna make a video about this minor and her issues because, she said that I groomed her, because you fucking did. She was 15 and you were 18. I know I've said it before in the previous sections, but that's not fucking okay. It doesn't matter that you didn't know about age gaps or how they worked, or that, oh well, WH dude said that 4 years above or below was a crime. Like, no, you're just fucking stupid. You're grasping at straws for why you can do this. But my bad. We'll touch on his groomer defending in a little bit, because holy shit, why not? It makes complete sense. If there's multiple people calling you out and multiple videos of people calling you out, I think there might be an issue with you. You are almost 20. Take accountability, keep one up. Just admit to everything you've done. Tucker, I swear to God, the next time you dox my full legal name, I'm gonna dox your full legal name. Because if you want to be petty, I'll do that, okay? I know you said, oh, she's just that petty, she will never forgive me. No, I'm not gonna forgive the grooming allegations. I could have cared less if in the past you were racist or transphobic, because you're actively changing. The fact that I don't want to be forgiving or nice to an alleged groomer is my morals saying, and Meestar, I did see the fucking, well, don't ask out a Jew girl, or don't give a Jew girl a letter kind of joke, but that wasn't fucking funny. Like, why did you mention that? One of the reasons why I know he's never actually sorry and never gonna apologize is because of the sneaky shit he pulls. If it wasn't for fucking Elect the Dead or Sav, but if it wasn't for Elect the Dead finding out his blue sky, he would still be looking at fucking Lolly. He's still an adult looking at drawn child pornography. Also, he edited his YouTube post to say, oh, this NFW was legal. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The Loud House isn't fucking legal, okay? That's a bunch of fucking preteens and... excuse you. And yeah, I'm pretty fucking pissed, because the fact that I have to reiterate multiple times over and over and over again that this is fucking wrong is so crazy to me. Because it's like, everyone can see that you're fucking weird. Like, this is fucking weird. Why would a 18-year-old ask out and gain feelings for a 15-year-old? It doesn't fucking make sense. Same with the 12-year-olds when he was 15. They shouldn't be fucking even talking. Okay? That's just my personal belief. And yes, we do feed off Meestar's fear, because there's nothing more telling than a grown man emailing and fucking texting somebody to delete their live streams or to get a video called off made on them. Or like when he tells people to not trust people like CB, SpongeGar, Midwedge, and me when we call you out for valid criticism. Spoken like a man who has done nothing wrong. Also, if he had nothing to hide and he was truly sorry, he wouldn't be pulling sneaky shit like he did on his blue sky and his DeviantArt. I'm sorry. Because there's nothing more telling than Meestar fucking frantically texting, I think, Settune about, I really need to get to Toastify to take down the live stream. It's not fucking defamatory. It's not. His proof was, oh, that happened a long time ago, or if you were there, you would know I didn't do that. Like, bitch, that doesn't hold up in court, does it? Whatever, and yeah, this is pretty petty. I don't care. It's not petty to call someone out for being a groomer, by the way.
Stewardess, I think we have an issue.
So I was insisted by a guy in Discord named Gupta to make a section about Puggo and WH Dude. If you don't know these creatures, they're pretty fucking awful, and Tucker either defends them or, well, Tucker blamed WH Dude, of course, for his moral change. But I'm gonna link some videos down below in the description for you guys to check out about those two, because this video isn't about them. I personally think it would take away from the main center of the video being Meestar, because this is not a Puggo video. This is not a WH Dude video. There's already shit been posted about them. Everyone knows they're fucking weird. Bro. I guess we're gonna film like this. You're gonna see my cat's foot. So this tiny little bit is for the people that I got to meet during this whole situation who helped me make this, because without them, I wouldn't have been aware of half of the shit that was going on. But let me just list some people. Mr. Pickles is Sav's mutual. That's all I gotta say. They're fine. They're not really in a situation. They're just here for like moral support, which is kudos on them. And also, let's stop calling Set-Tune a sex pest, because at the time they were a fucking minor. And quite frankly, I find it disgusting that people are like, oh, this at the time minor was a sex pest. That's fucking gross. Sorry. Set-Tune was mentioned in a previous screenshot after Meestar wanted Set-Tune to send an SFW. But wait, Meestar said he never asked nudes from anybody. Yep. Whatever. Set-Tune confronted Meestar only for our shining star to say, considering you two are in contact with old Toastify, I don't feel comfortable being in the group chat no more. If you call Gio and Wasket pedophiles again, I swear to God. Bye-bye! Wasket is a groomer. Meestar is too. But Gio isn't. And also, who the fuck is saying that Gio is a groomer? I want to know, because from what I can see right now, I haven't seen anything with Gio being a groomer. So let's cut that narrative out, because that's fucking weird. We're not gonna be, as much as I don't want to defend anybody in the situation, besides like the victims, let's not make fucking fake accusations against somebody without actual proof, because then you're starting to piss me the fuck off, okay? That is fucking dumb. So, Sav has been one of the most fucking hilarious people I've gotten to meet in this fucking confrontation with Meestar. I genuinely love the fucking shitpost they made, so let's watch it.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Marina Adventures here. And guess what? Look at that! That's my balloon that I brought back from the party I went to.
I like fat chicks. It's as simple as that.
It's just fucking beautiful. It's like a guilty pleasure. Sav has also frequently called out Meestar and his hypocrisy. I can't say I support the egging, because that's just baiting for a reaction at this point, but it's nice to see how pissy Meestar gets over a fucking joke, since Meestar can dish it out but can't take it back. Midwich is Midwich. Nothing much to say on that, except for Midwich was a very big contributor in archiving and presenting all the evidence and just all the shit that I had to read. A lot of live streams were archived, a lot of texts. There's not much I can say. Of course, I don't agree with a lot of his talking points and the way he speaks about the situation, but that's just me. I'm not gonna outright attack him because he's doing good work. So ft.clobbterpus is my editor. He doesn't really know Meestar. He knows the situation from me because he's one of my closest friends. So the second the whole letter shit came out, I told him. The second the allegation shit came out, I told him. The second I saw a CB video of him being a potential pedophile, I told him. ft.clobbterpus has been there along the way to hear my side of the story, so clearly he's biased, obviously, because he's my friend since we're like fucking 6. So here's some thank yous. Thank you to Sav for making a funny ass shit post. Thank you for Rhodesman for also making a funny ass shit post. Thank you to Midwich for archiving all the shit. Thank you to ft.clobbterpus for fucking editing this shit show together. And I guess thank you to Gupta as well, even though he just kind of like, when's this video coming out? When's this? When's that? Fucking, okay, crazy little dude. That's what you want to do, then you do you.
Oh, you picked up!
I'm gonna show a slideshow or a video if I can tell it to my phone. My phone's like terminally ill. I downloaded a bunch of sexy Yautja pictures because the new Badlands movie came out, and Quay from the new movie is so fucking hot. So I downloaded every single hot photo I could find of him. And then it caused my phone to fucking overheat and didn't turn on for about like an hour, so my bad.
Okay. Just to get things out of the way, maybe I would apologize for being a little bit immature on my end, but I think I genuinely have a justification for it. The reason of my justification is that you were actively, and I'll be real with you, having a full-blown episode over a shitpost that was 2 weeks old that you could have ignored. And if I remember correctly, your therapist advised you to not respond to any of this shit, at all. Especially the responses that you claimed to make. And most importantly, I don't know why you're throwing accusations saying that I'm an animal abuser just because I don't like you. Like, I ain't here, like, gonna try to crash out and shit because obviously it's gonna make me look like a fucking idiot, first of all, and I don't think, to me, or just morally in general, that's really a best route to go things with. But what I can't say, and I'll change this conversation or just a group chat, like, tone. I wouldn't really say tone, but this group chat would just be considered to, you know, quote, clear things up. Or as the group chat is named, confrontation. But it doesn't necessarily mean I'm still not gonna, like, hold you in an account for most of the shit that you have done, by the way. Doesn't mean I can't be angry at you at all because the allegations against you do not look good. No offense.
Okay, so I'd like to get the whole animal abuser accusation thing out of the way. So that wasn't necessarily an accusation, it was just more of an assumption than anything. I didn't think you actually had a pet until you made that community post after. It was just, that part was more of a joke, if anything, and I'm not using that as an excuse either. It really was just a joke. But in retrospect, it was very immature of me, and I apologize for that. So I will take down that community post right now. Okay, so other things I'd like to clear up. About the accusations of me being quote-unquote weird with my non-existent younger sister. When I was 13, I called my sister that was older than me, and still is older than me. She's literally like 32, going on 33 this year. I called her attractive. That's it. So, sorry about that fucking noise. Jesus Christ, what is that noise? Why do they have to choose now of all times to fucking... Okay. Okay, now that really annoying fucking noise outside of my window is done, other things as well. So, about fetishizing minorities. The whole, I can't explain how much I love BBW trans girls or whatever the fuck that stupid post was. That post was back from February 2024. Think about that. It has been more than 1 year since I made that post. And the thing is, I wasn't necessarily fetishizing minorities. It was just me being fucking thirsty, I guess. I don't know what the fuck was going through my head when I made that post. I really don't. But as you can probably tell, I don't stand by that belief anymore. Speaking of not standing by beliefs anymore, my lolly defense back in last year. So, I don't stand by that either. I originally thought, oh, they're just drawings, they can't hurt anybody. But then I was made aware and enlightened that it's illegal and it's actually just a slang for drawn CP. And I was like, oh, Jesus. So, yeah, that's why I do not support it anymore, and I have not supported it since early last year, since it was brought to my attention.
Alright, I have a lot of questions with the statement, but I'll get this out of the way. I would say I apologize for the incest claims that I made, at least for the fact that, like, it was a younger party or whatnot, even though it clearly wasn't, which I apologize for. Still is hella weird, but I apologize for making the implication that you were flirting with your younger sister rather than older sister, but it's still weird. But my main question that I would like to get out of the way is, if you were, if you're genuinely sorry about the things that you have done, why didn't you make a proper apology or statement on the YouTube channel instead of just constantly, you know, going after people who say otherwise? You know what I mean?
So this confrontation group chat, as Meestar Tubbs, is a long-ass chat from, obviously, Discord. when Sav and a couple others confronted Meestar. And of course, Meestar added Geo, because where else would he be? Sav admits to making a factless claim about an incestuous comment Meestar made about his non-existent little sister, and Meestar admits for trying to accuse Sav of being an animal abuser, but Meestar said it was just a joke. You're fucking shit at joking, dude. Oh my god. And thankfully, Sav has changed their opinion on a lot of their stances in the civil confrontation, so please do not think Elect the Dead still agrees with the narratives that they were saying in their confrontation, because they don't. They told me that they don't, so thank God for that.
Because I think, in my opinion, that would mainly solve for most of the shit that you've been going through as a current. I know you made a statement last year or 2 years ago. Actually, it was last year, but anywho, you made a statement, but you recently deleted it. I don't know why you deleted it, but if you're going to apologize for said things and delete it right afterwards, it makes you look really fishy, considering the fact, like, you know, might come across as, like, you know, taking down the apology and just overall not being genuinely apologetic for what you have done. As for the animal abuse claims, I don't really give a shit whether if it was a joke or not. I don't really care if it was a joke or not. Those are serious accusations that you're throwing around against me just because of a fucking shitpost, dude. And again, like I said before, if you really don't want people going after you for this shit anymore, make a genuine public statement that you're apologetic over this shit. That's my problem. If you don't want people shitting on you for being a raging bigot fetishizer and just overall defending lollies and shit, like people have been saying about you for like a year or two now, then maybe apologize for it if you don't want that shit to be on your name anymore. And you're actually sorry about. That's what I'm saying. I get it, but it's like, again, at the same time, in other people's perspective, they're gonna think that, like, you're not being apologetic whatsoever either. As in for, like, the pedophilia and the grooming accusations that happened 4 years ago, I'm not so focused on that because I am skeptical about myself whether this was grooming or pedophilia or not. Because as much as I dislike you, I am a little bit skeptical on what people were saying about you based on the grooming and pedophilia claims, because most of it was around 3 to 4 years, which, albeit really fucking weird, it's not considered pedophilia. As in for grooming, I genuinely don't know if it is, because the screenshots lack a lot of context, and most importantly, I don't really see a plan indicating to groom people. The only thing that I can say is that you were blatantly just sexually abusing these people, transmitting CP and abusing them. That's all I can say, but the grooming and pedophilia I am not really too certain about. Even if you aren't a pedophile, here's my thing. Why did you defend Whisket when there was, like, proof of him being a fucking pedophile and you denying this shit? Like, that's the thing that I don't get. If you could provide more context about that. Alright, I'll retract that statement because when I looked at the screenshots, I thought it was a bigger age gap, but it was 3 years. So, my bad. My bad. But the thing that's concerning me the most is why is this person, like, making a group chat saying do not tell anyone, despite knowing this age gap is really fucking questionable, which kind of leads me up to the question whether if they're grooming them or not. I mean, like I said, I was more on the fence whether to call you a fucking groomer or pedophile or whatnot because of this, because it's like, I look back at the screenshots and I'm just kind of there like, are these people fucking reading shit? Or like at least doing research before they could call people and just throwing shit around as like a fucking buzzword or whatever? Again, like I said, I'm not saying you didn't do anything wrong in those relationships because there's still screenshots of you transmitting CP of your significant others, abusing them, and sexually abusing them. But is it grooming or pedophilia? No, I don't really think so.
So this is video 2, because it was segmented into 2 videos. Cool. Then Gio got removed because he was being a little bit of a dick. And yes, people were doing the research. Why do you think there's a whole playlist about Meestar? Like, just get the fuck out of me. And now we can take a brief break to talk about the mean the spat Sav had when they poorly worded. Now we get to talk about the spat me and Sav had when they poorly worded something. And I thought they were calling me a groomer. Thank God that Sav wasn't, because what the shit? Why was I dragged into this? I have done nothing except for like be mad at Meestar. That was crazy. Thankfully Meestar defended me because like, yo, that was fucking wild. So that was my fault, I guess, for reading it like just thinking that it was about me, obviously. But the way they worded it made it seem like they were calling me a groomer, which is fucking wild.
Right after up here.
Road Street, Neo, Nova Rhodes, Rhodesman, Zachary, Neo Plush Films, whatever you want to call this guy. He made a fucking Asgore meme of him running over, or his Sona running over his fucking Meestar Sona, and I'll admit, it got a bit of a fucking chuckle out of me because Meestar was so fucking pissed. Meestar was the one to upload a poorly timed video after 2 people lost their lives tragically in a car accident. And oh, might I add, he coincidentally just goes, why don't I post something fucking unfunny on my YouTube around the same time these 2 people? And yeah, I'm gonna tell you to read the fucking room when we go to the same school, and for like a whole week and a half, everyone was wearing green and red for them. But of course, it's, you didn't know any better. You didn't know any better because you're a fucking dumbass. Meestar tells the class that Rhodesman has been a thorn in his side for a while, and just now he had the hyperfixation to terminate this man online. Meestar explains how Rhodesman has shit art and how Rhodesman puts his giant ass fetish into plush videos when fucking Meestar did the same shit but in a different font. And yes, Rhodesman was the guy who posted about Meestar, but Meestar took it like fucking way far past the point because he's a fucking psychopath. Meestar calls Rhodesman manipulative and narcissistic and a few other choice words. Meestar also decided to, like, in the post, flaunt his 20-year-old girlfriend to Rhodesman because, oh, that's why Rhodesman is online, because he's so lonely, because he doesn't get pussy. When fucking Meestar put in his video that him and his girlfriend had intercourse. Safe sex, of course. That was so fucking crazy to read. Tucker, spoken like a true virgin, my guy. That is so funny. I'm gonna start telling people that. I thought I was gonna knock the fucking candle over. It's broken! Oh, rectangle. I'm gonna tighten my fucking bra. Alright. Meestar calls Rhodesman annoying for just fucking being alive. He then goes on to point out that Rhodesman was put up for adoption by his biological parents. Cool. Okay, there's no fucking argument to be made except that Meestar's being a fucking dick and grasping at anything to make him look better. Meestar said that Roadster talks shit about his friends behind his back. Again, okay, maybe he's not the greatest friend. Meestar claims that Rhodesman quote-unquote manipulated cautionary Noxie back to his side. Either you support Meestar who groomed minors or you don't. That's just that fucking simple. If Tucker has any proof of this, I genuinely like to see it because there's nothing. I've not seen a single bit for any of the shit that he's proclaimed. Now we're gonna get into something a bit serious. So Meestar called Rhodesman a groomer. Hey dude, let's normalize showing fucking proof because that can ruin someone's entire career, entire livelihood too. Meestar goes on to say that Rhodesman had his profile under suggestive warning and not 18, no, actually corrects himself to 17 age restriction. Tucker fucking harps on the notion that Rhodesman has an audience of children and that he only talks to children when Meestar literally groomed actual children. The difference is we have proof that Meestar did all this shit, and there is nothing that I've seen that Rhodesman's a fucking groomer or a pedophile. So if I'm wrong, please DM me and show me where I'm wrong, because I'd rather have all the knowledge now. Meestar openly admits to talking to minors, but whenever they bring up anything sexual, he shut them down. Meestar begins to whine that Rhodesman TT Network talked to minors, but when he has a 3-year age gap, when I'm 18 and the girl was 15, it's suddenly not okay. Tucker, hey buddy, they're not grooming kids. You can say you've apologized and repented for these things, but when you make backhanded comments and you pull some sneaky shit online, then clearly you're not fucking sorry. It's the fucking cheater mentality that you're only sorry when you're caught. Meestar says that TT Network and Rhodesman are running a rampant in the community full of kids when, again, Meestar is doing the same shit with actual evidence against him. Meestar info dumps on us that TT Network left him because he found out about the accusations. Rightfully so. Meestar says that TT Network and Rhodesman are pedophiles with zero fucking evidence. There is nothing anywhere. Also, how fucking dare you, Meestar? The actual gall to be like, yeah, these guys are making plush YouTube videos. How could you? That is so good. Oh my god. Like, that's fucking absurd. Meestar says that the only reason why people hang out with Rhodesman is because of the social status. Meestar is just salty that children don't want to be on his online hangouts anymore because they all were alerted that, hey, watch out, he gonna get you. He's gonna make you sit NSW. He's gonna trace fucking fetish art of your Sona with tits, even though you're gonna ask him not to draw tits, but he's gonna draw the tits anyway because, baby. Meestar tells Rhodesman he didn't know how to let go of the situation while Meestar makes live streams and community posts and dragging the shit on and on. Okay, time to go through live streams. There's multiple. As of December 5th, 2024, Meestar hosted a 30-minute live stream where he briefly talked about Nova Roads before he went off on someone named Cassidy Evans for warning Meestar about a 2-hour documentary coming his way. As of November 2025, there hasn't been a 2-hour documentary. Maybe this is pushing the hour mark. Maybe this is pushing 2 hours. I really doubt it. I don't want it to because I want to be done with this situation because I want to have my afternoons free to sit down and play Pokemon ZA. And I would like to see another person, like a more better put together person format a video about Meestar because I think that'd be kind of nice to have something that isn't fucking schizo rambo. December 6th, 2024, Meestar held a 13-minute live where he briefly talks about Fortnite and what child characters he wants in-game, talking about their builds as in body builds. And then he added that they couldn't add Mike or Sully. After a while, voice cracks and shuffling in his bed, he finally talks about Rhodesman, aka Nova. He says that the 21-year-old man is obsessed with him, an 18, almost 19-year-old man. Hey, at least it's legal, buddy. December 7th, 2024, Meestar posted a 14-minute live where he said that Rhodesman had all his friends block Meestar, and Meestar claims that Rhodesman goons are stalking him. So cool, Rhodesman is the obsessed one, but not Meestar. So if I'm wrong, Meestar, show me the proof, and then I'll retract the statement about Road Street and TD Network and make a private post, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to platform groomers, okay? So here are my final thoughts. I think Meestar has changed in some ways, just not all. I doubt he's still racist or transphobic from what I can tell and what I can see, but he still allegedly groomed kids online and never took full accountability since he claims that one or two of them are liars and manipulators. For now, until Meestar comes back, I really don't want to talk about the situation because he's a lol cow who thrives off the attention and takes everything for face value. And one last message to Meestar, just fucking stop, dude. Don't keep talking about the situation. Just leave a post up with a heartfelt apology to everyone involved and just no fucking backhanded comments. I could care less if you go back to making plushie videos, because if that's what you like to do, then fucking do it. I'm not midwit. If there's proof to your claims, then fucking provide it. Actually make a video going through the claims and debunking them. If you didn't do it, then prove it. Then prove it, because there's a lot of proof that says that you did do it. And now time to thank my sponsors and my people who helped me make this video. So thank you to ft.clobbterpus, thank you Small Paws, thank you Midwitch, thank you to Toastify, thank you to Elect the Dead, thank you to Sav, thank you to Layla, thank you to everyone that was fucking involved in this situation. And here's a heartfelt apology on my end. I am so fucking horribly sorry for what had happened to all of you, whether you were friends with Meestar, whether you were groomed by Meestar. And that's why I said that he will never change, is because he's pulling sneaky shit. When you're doing that, I'm more likely to believe that you're not changing at all. You're just doing it to be sneaky and you're hiding it a little bit better. Frankly, don't hide it at all. Tell us who you are, Meestar. Either you're fucking disgusting still, or you're repenting for what you did. You really pissed off a lot of people. You pissed off Toastify. I'm pretty fucking pissed. Your victims are pissed. Fucking, I don't know if Midwitch is pissed. He's just fucking enjoying this. So again, thank you for coming to the video. I know this last part was a bit rambly and long because I just didn't fucking script it. And also, I'm tired. I'm hungry as hell. And I work, okay? I have a job. So I'll be posting back to maybe nothing on YouTube because I don't post here. I post mainly on TikTok. So, let's blow out a candle on the situation and hope for the best.
If I could compare myself to any fictional character, I know this is the wrong time to do this, but if I could compare myself to a fictional character, definitely Blitzo.
What the fuck?